Welcome to this episode of the Harpreet Singh Show. I'm your host Harpreet Singh from Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. In today's program, we'll take you over to New Delhi where author Sherry, who is a well-known public speaker, a coach and also a TEDx speaker, and along with that, he's the founder president of MS Talks India. He'll be talking to us today about his life's journey and also one important thing about which a lot of people are afraid, how to speak with confidence in public. So that is the focus on which we'll be focusing today. So let's welcome author Sherry to the program and talk to him as to what his journey has been and what he would like to tell us today. Author Sherry, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, sir. It's my great honor.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting.
From Supreet Singh Arora to author Sherry, what has been this journey?
Well, the journey was very clear and it was all destined to be, I would say. This is when I started writing my blogs, and I used to have this name Sherry under all my blogs. And this Sherry came from Sher, the lion. And from there, the lion Sher becomes Sherry. That's how I got into this pen name. I started using this in my memoirs, blogs, quotes everywhere. Then when in 2017, I wrote my first book, I decided to use the same name for my book because people started knowing me. They started searching me on internet with Sherry. And then later on, Sherry became author Sherry, just like many of the people use their prefixes advocate, architect, engineer, doctor. I started using author Sherry. So that also became my brand moniker now.
Right.
Now I have been searched by author Sherry on internet. I have a global community, so that's how it is.
That's wonderful. From a banker where you served for over 11 years, and then from that business background, or I would say that accounting background, what prompted you to jump into this field of public speaking and writing?
Well, in banking sector, I was always people friendly. I used to talk to a lot of people. I was always ready to share my 2 cents with people. I used to motivate my team. I was handling 38 people when I left banking sector. So I used to give free training to all my people, unlike other leaders who were just focusing on sales and pushing the team to get the business done in the field. I was always trying to do different so that once my team gets motivated, my team can automatically deliver the business. And it used to happen that way itself. I remember I used to start my day 8 a.m. in the morning with my teams, unlike other leaders who used to come at office at 9 o'clock and then start their day. So I was always a go-getter and I was always an early riser. And the reason I could accommodate these small things in a pressurized kind of a atmosphere is because because I had great tuning with my team. They knew that this guy is training us, this guy is guiding us, he is always thinking good for us. And then I used to have breakfast with my team. So these small gestures actually inclined my entire team to work towards me for a stretchable work hour. And that's when I realized that I am good in motivating people. And I got into corporate training. In fact, I would say when I connect the dots, it became my calling. We all have one skill, one thing in ourselves to realize that this is going to be my ikigai, which is a Japanese term which means your reason for living in this world, your reason for being. And I founded my ikigai in public speaking. You see,
Right.
they say the the people who are successful in their life, they are not generalists, they are specialists. So if you are thinking of started something at your end, if you want to become successful in any of the field, don't be a generalist, be a specialist. So from corporate training,
So
I
don't be a
entered into
generalist, not a journalist, but a
yeah,
generalist. And it was your passion which prompted you that you were living a secured life, being a banker, but you just jumped from that field and became an author and started writing and started public speaking. Well, when you started writing, because it was earlier also, as you said, you have been motivating people. But what was that moment, or what book? Because I reading through your bio, I was going through that you have a 3 generation or rather a 4 generation of authors in your family. Your father, your daughter, your wife
yeah,
also has been writing. So how did this come
yeah.
about? Just briefly, if you can let us know about this.
As I said, 2017 was the year I wrote my first book. Then my dad already had a book ready. The entire manuscript was ready, but we got it published in 18. And in 19, my daughter published her book. So This is how we became three generation of authors. I never knew my wife also had a flair of writing.
Okay.
One fine day, she opened her almirah and her diary got dropped on the floor from the locker. I said, "What is this?" And when I opened, she wrote some secret things about her life. And I thought this is not a good idea to explore this diary without her permission. However, when we met after that diary was in my hand, I said, "Is this your diary?" She said, "Yes." I said, "You write well. Why don't you try your hand in becoming an author?" She said, "No, you must be joking. मेरे मजे ले रहे हो आप हैं ऐसे मत करो यार मतलब मैंने लिखा अपनी फीलिंग लिखी है मैंने कहा writing
Right.
is all about your feeling." So that's when I started convincing her to pursue. And finally, this year during epidemic, which became a blessing in disguise for most of us who are working hard to follow their passion,
Right.
we co-authored a book in a form of an anthology, and
Okay.
that's how we became fourth generation of authors.
Wonderful. That's really good. And before we go for a
Thank
break,
you.
I would like to show our viewers who are seeing this program from all over the world one of your videos which you have produced, in which you tell about what all you do. And also, if you have any questions, you can send it to me through Facebook or YouTube Live so that we can ask from author Sherry as to how to come out of that stage fright, because it's really difficult when you are standing in front of the public on the podium. Many times you can't speak, you feel hesitant, you are afraid. But how to go ahead of this straight fight, and also how to become confident, we'll talk about this after we see this video, and then after this we go for a small break.
Hi, my name is author Sherry. I'm a professional speaker, corporate facilitator, and a public speaking coach. I'm the founder and president of MS Talks India, and I belong to a family of three generation authors. My dad, myself, and my daughter. We all are published authors. Professional speaking is the next upcoming big industry in India. And I train people and I teach them, educate them on professional speaking. When I meet corporate leaders, when I meet entrepreneurs, I see and observe that even if they have achieved a lot of success in their profiles, they are not able to present themselves in the way they have to. And that is where I tell them that you need to learn how to present, how to deliver your speeches, how to become extravagant, and how to become an excellent public speaker, and how you can improve your public speaking skills. So I help people in every area of life to remove stage fright and become excellent presenters. I always tell people that write something about what you know, because when you write something, you become the authority. So I have written books on self-improvement, I have written my ebook on public speaking, and I'm also writing another book on public speaking and communication skills. So being a public speaker and being a professional speaker and somebody who is into speaking, I have delivered more than 120 keynote speeches in the last 4.5 years. And believe you me, it has changed the way I speak and influence people. I'm an industry mentor to the top institutions like NDIM, LPU, INT, IPS, Gwalior. And believe you me, when I train the students over there on public speaking and communication, they only come and tell me that yes, you have taught us something which is really important in our lives, and that is public speaking. Being a TEDx speaker, I learned something really nice about TEDx. So TEDx is all about delivering unique ideas in your story. It is about imbibing your entire script, whatever you have learned, and then it's about influencing the audience, not only physically, but when your video gets uploaded on TEDx, there are a lot of viewers who watch your video and get inspired. But that is not the case with platforms like Josh Talks or MS Talks, where you have to share your real life stories and real experiences. So they just want you to cover up your story in 15 minutes. You have limited time, so you got to be very sure what words you are choosing in your real story. And most importantly, you got to be vulnerable, and you have to make up your mind that yes, if the world will listen to my story, I'm open to it, I'm ready for it, I'm excited for it. And that is where the game changes, because when you are there on the platforms, on different platforms, you will automatically get more opportunities. If you are a trainer, if you are an aspiring speaker, if you want to become a professional speaker, if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a startup business owner, if you are a freelancer, if you are a woman who has just started from housewife to the entrepreneurial journey, and if you wish to learn your presentation skills, you want to hone your public speaking skills, you can reach out to me.
ਜੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸਮੈਨ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਪਿਆਰ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਕੀ ਵਜ੍ਹਾ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ? ਸੁਖੀ ਬਾਟ ਮੋਟਰਸ ਦੇ ਓਨਰ ਸੁਖੀ ਬਾਟ ਨੂੰ ਵੇਖ ਕੇ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਸਮਝ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਇੰਟੈਲੀਜੈਂਸ ਦਾ ਉਦਾਹਰਨ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕਾਰ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਖ ਸੁਖੀ ਬਾਟ ਮੋਟਰਸ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਨੇ ਸਰੀ ਦਾ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਟਰੱਕ ਸੈਂਟਰ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲੋੜ ਦੇ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੋੜੀਂਦੇ ਟਰੱਕਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਗਾਈਡੈਂਸ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਸਪੇਸ ਮੋਡੀਫਿਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਫਿਊਲ ਐਫੀਸ਼ੀਐਂਸੀ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਧਿਆਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਸੁਖੀ ਬਾਟ ਟਰੱਕ ਸੈਂਟਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਟਰੱਕਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਟੌਰ।
ਵੈਨਕਾਸਾ ਟਾਈਲ ਅਤੇ ਸਟੋਨ ਸ਼ੋਰੂਮ ਇੱਕ ਐਸੀ ਥਾਂ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਹੋਲਸੇਲ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਹਰ ਕਿਸਮ ਦੀਆਂ ਟਾਈਲਸ, ਸਟੋਨ, ਮਾਰਬਲ, ਬੈਕਸਪਲੈਸ਼, ਮੋਜ਼ੇਕ ਆਦਿ ਵਾਜਬ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਮਿਲ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਟਾਲੀਅਨ, ਸਪੈਨਿਸ਼, ਚਾਈਨੀਜ਼ ਪੋਰਸਲਨ ਜਾਂ ਸਿਰੈਮਿਕ ਟਾਈਲਸ ਜਾਂ ਮਾਰਬਲ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਆਰਡਰ ਤੇ ਜਾਂ ਕਲੀਅਰੈਂਸ ਤੇ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਮਾਲਕ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟ ਟਾਈਲਸ ਇੰਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ, ਜਿਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਵਧੀਆ ਕੁਆਲਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਨ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਦਾ ਸ਼ਿੰਗਾਰ ਬਣਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਵਿਜ਼ਿਟ ਕਰੋ 13042884 ਐਵਨਿਊ ਸਰੀ। ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਹਿੰਦੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ 604 330 7363 604 330 7363। ਸ਼ਾਈਨ
ਕੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਰੀ, ਡੈਲਟਾ, ਰਿਚਮੰਡ, ਐਬਸਫੋਰਡ ਜਾਂ ਵੈਂਕੂਵਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਵਾਂ ਘਰ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਬਾਰੇ ਸੋਚ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਰੈਨੋਵੇਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ? ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ ਇੱਕ ਤਜਰਬੇਕਾਰ ਬਿਲਡਰ, ਇੱਕ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟਿਵ ਇੰਟੀਰੀਅਰ ਡਿਜ਼ਾਈਨਰ ਦੀ, ਜੋ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਹੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਗਾਈਡ ਕਰ ਸਕਣ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸੁਪਨੇ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਉਸਾਰ ਸਕਣ। ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ ਹਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਜਾਂ ਸੰਦੀਪ 6048259295 ਉੱਤੇ।
ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦਾ ਹਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਸ਼ੋਅ ਵਿੱਚ, ਅਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਨਵੀਂ ਦਿੱਲੀ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਗਏ ਹੋਏ ਹਾਂ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਕਿ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਾਥ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਆਥਰ ਸ਼ੈਰੀ। ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਹਾਊ ਟੂ ਸਪੀਕ ਵਿਦ ਕੌਨਫੀਡੈਂਸ ਇਨ ਪਬਲਿਕ, and as you heard the story of author Sherry as to from how he was a banker but his passion was towards writing and public speaking, and that is what prompted him to become a professional coach also. So we'll continue with the discussion, but before that we would like to inform about our sponsors for today's program. ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੱਕ ਪਹੁੰਚਾਇਆ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਰੀਕਾ ਮਾਨ ਸਿੰਘ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਰਜਿਸਟਰਡ ਡਾਈਟੀਸ਼ੀਅਨ ਨੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਹਿਯੋਗ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ। ਕੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਡਾਇਬਟੀਜ਼, ਮੋਟਾਪੇਪਨ, ਹਾਰਟ ਡਿਜ਼ੀਜ਼ਜ਼, ਫੂਡ ਐਲਰਜੀਜ਼, ਗੈਸਟਰੋ ਇੰਟੈਸਟਾਈਨਲ ਡਿਸਆਰਡਰਸ, ਮੈਂਟਲ ਹੈਲਥ ਇਸ਼ੂਜ਼ ਜਾਂ ਓਵਰਆਲ ਸਿਹਤ ਤੇ ਵੈਲਨੈਸ ਮੁੱਦਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਜੂਝ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ ਸਹੀ ਸਲਾਹ ਦੀ, ਜੋ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਰੀਕਾ ਮਾਨ ਸਿੰਘ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਕੋਲ 18 ਸਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਦਾ ਤਜਰਬਾ ਹੈ ਐਜ਼ ਅ ਰਜਿਸਟਰਡ ਡਾਈਟੀਸ਼ੀਅਨ, ਇਹ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੇ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ। ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ 7782405951 778 240 5951। ਇਹ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਹੀ ਗਾਈਡ ਕਰਨਗੇ ਕਿ ਕੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਖਾਓ ਤੇ ਕੀ ਨਾ ਖਾਓ, ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਸਿਹਤ ਨੂੰ ਠੀਕ ਰੱਖ ਸਕੋ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਈਮੇਲ ਹੈ info@rikadietforwellness.com ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵੈਬਸਾਈਟ rikadietforwellness.com ਤੇ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਅਗਲੇ ਸਹਿਯੋਗੀ ਹਨ ਐਕਮੀ ਗਲਾਸ। ਇਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਨਵੀਂ ਤੇ ਵੱਖਰੀ ਦਿੱਖ ਜੇਕਰ ਦੇਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਐਕਮੀ ਗਲਾਸ ਲਿਮਿਟਿਡ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਨ। ਇਹ ਫਰੇਮਲੈਸ ਗਲਾਸ ਰੇਲਿੰਗਸ, ਕਸਟਮ ਵੁੱਡ ਕਲੋਜ਼ਟਸ, ਸ਼ਾਵਰ ਤੇ ਟਬ ਡੋਰਸ, ਸ਼ਾਵਰ ਸਲਾਈਡਰਸ, ਬੈਵਲਡ ਵੁੱਡ ਜਾਂ ਮੈਟਲ ਟ੍ਰਿਮ ਮਿਰਰਸ ਤੇ ਕਸਟਮ ਗਲਾਸ ਵਰਕ ਦੀ ਮਹਾਰਤ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਹਨ। ਵਾਜਬ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ, ਕੁਆਲਿਟੀ, ਕ੍ਰਾਫਟਸਮੈਨਸ਼ਿਪ ਤੇ ਹਾਈ ਕੁਆਲਿਟੀ ਲਈ ਇਹ ਮਸ਼ਹੂਰ ਹਨ। ਆਪਣੇ ਨਵੇਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਜੈਕਟ ਜਾਂ ਰੈਨੋਵੇਟ ਕਰਨ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਘਰ ਲਈ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ 6045438777 604 543 8777। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਐਡਰੈਸ ਹੈ 8335 129 ਸਟਰੀਟ ਸਰੀ, ਅਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵੈਬਸਾਈਟ ਹੈ acmeglasslimited.com। ਨਵਾਂ ਘਰ ਬਣਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂ ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਰੈਨੋਵੇਟ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਸੋਚ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ, ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਟਾਈਲਸ ਕਿਹਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਲਵਾਈਆਂ ਜਾਣ, ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਦੌੜ ਖਤਮ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਅਮਨ ਟਾਈਲਸ ਕੋਲ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਕੇ। ਗ੍ਰੇਨਾਈਟ, ਮਾਰਬਲ, ਪੋਰਸਲਨ, ਸਿਰਾਮਿਕ ਟਾਈਲਸ, ਕਿਚਨ, ਬਾਥ, ਸ਼ਲੂਟਰ ਤੇ ਕਸਟਮ ਸ਼ਾਵਰਸ, ਫਾਇਰਪਲੇਸਿਸ, ਡੈਕਸ ਤੇ ਦੀਵਾਰਾਂ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਟਾਈਲਸ ਲਾਉਣ ਦੀ ਮਹਾਰਤ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਹਨ। ਹਰ ਬਜਟ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਨ। ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ ਮਿਸਟਰ ਅਮਨ ਨੂੰ 7783163510 778 316 3510। ਸੋ ਮੁੜ ਤੋਂ ਚਲਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਦਿੱਲੀ ਤੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਆਥਰ ਸ਼ੈਰੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ। So Author Sherry, before the break, we saw the video, what you have presented, and it's really great what you are doing, because that passion is evident from your speech. Take us on this journey, and especially those who want to know, who want to speak in public, as to how to deliver unique ideas, what words to choose, how to choose, and how to come out of that straight fright. So basically, what are those effective ways by which one can speak with confidence?
Okay, well, first of all, I would like to tell you that the reason I switched into this business, what I'm doing right now, is I wanted to leverage soft power of India at global stage, and we have vast human resource which must contribute to the global growth in a very positive manner, and that's when I realized that communication connects people, and public speaking builds communication skills. So public speaking is the royal road to self-confidence. And it's never about perfection in public speaking. It's all about how you can create and deliver your message. It's about the confidence you show on the stage. So when you are speaking in front of the public, first and foremost, 74% in the world have the fear of glossophobia, which is the fear of public speaking. Now, there are multiple techniques and modalities which I teach in my professional coaching career. However, one of the techniques which I want to share with all your viewers is that you can follow something called repetition. The more you speak, the better you become. This is also known as cognitive psychology, which is a behavioral psychology, where you are supposed to follow systematic desensitization. And this systematic desensitization will help you to create new mental models which will replace the older ones. What happens is when we speak more, we create new mental models and we get better at it. It's a biological process which happens in the brain. As far as going as an expert on the stage, where there are multiple requirements when you want to become a successful public speaker. First of all, you need to have a great message. As a speaker, don't be a messenger, be the message. So how you can share your stories in front of the public is something which you need to learn. All of us have stories. In fact, all the time when we do conversation, 70 to 80% in everyday conversation, we share stories. How you can package your message with effective storytelling is something which you need to learn. Aside to that, how vulnerable you are, how you can show your authenticity, where you can touch the mind of the audience and reaches the heart of the audience, is also an art which you need to understand.
Right.
Aside to this, you need to have your soft skills and you need to understand what audience want from you, because many of the speakers don't realize this fact that when they speak on the stage, they don't speak for themselves, they speak for the audience there. You don't have to be self-centered, you have to be audience-centered. And few more tips, like for example, when you are on the stage, when you're talking to the public, engage the public in such a way that all the entire audience who are listening to you, they feel mesmerized, they feel like, wow, we want to listen to this guy more. And that's when actually you create a connection with the audience. So connection with the audience is also a very important aspect in public speaking. These are the few things which you can definitely follow.
That's really good communication skill points what you're talking. But the most important thing is people are afraid to go on the stage. And most of the time we talk to them, they say that everything goes blank. The mind just goes blank even if you are prepared for it. When you are on the stage for the first time or the second time, still you shiver. So to come out of that stage fright, what would be your recommendation?
My recommendation is that when you are going through such a phase, you need to have a plan first, that how you can come out of this situation. Now, in my case, I also faced panic attack when I decided that I want to speak public now, and then later on I decided that I will be coaching a lot of people because I have done a lot of keynote speeches and I can teach that, and now I've chosen it as my professional career. So the first thing, decide and plan about how you can go about it. The second step is, if you can do it yourself, if you can do speeches at different platforms, if you can attempt in schools and colleges, that's fine, good for you. Otherwise, take a help of a mentor or a coach. Take the help and get better. And thirdly, understand this, that there are a lot of fears in the world. And the reason we feel fear is because our mind is brain wired like that. The mind is brain wired for security. And whatever you will do, in your mind will always give you a security. Don't do this. Don't do this. This can spoil your reputation. You can go wrong. The mind will always signal. So how to train your mind is something you need to learn.
And that's the most important thing, training the mind. I'll talk about this after the short break. But before I go for a break, in the video which you presented, you also talk about writing. Write something, whatever you like, write. Why is it important to write before you can go on the stage to speak?
Well, generally, when I coach my people, I've trained more than 5,000 speakers, and many of them became authors. So books are the visiting cards on steroids. So when you present a book to someone and you say that I'm a speaker also, you are looked as an authority, and authority itself has author. And that's where I encourage people to write, because the brain synapses which we create for writing and speaking are the same. You are into the creativity mode. When you speak in front of the audience, you are presenting a topic and you are co-creating a content, And when you're writing, you're doing the same stuff. So that's where, if you can leverage the writing and speaking part on a same platform, you are seen as an expert. You are seen like an authority, and people love to talk to authority and learn from authority.
Absolutely. Time for a break. We'll go for a short break. We'll be back and learn from more from your experience and wisdom. So please keep watching the Harpreet Singh Show. We'll be back shortly. ਸ਼ਾਈਨ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਡੈਂਟਲ ਕਲੀਨਿਕ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਸਤਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਦੀ ਦੇਖ-ਰੇਖ ਹੇਠ ਆਧੁਨਿਕ ਮਸ਼ੀਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵਰਤੋਂ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਦੰਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਹੀ ਕੇਅਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾਵਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੰਦਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਫ਼ ਕਰਨਾ, ਕਰਾਊਨਸ, ਬ੍ਰਿਜਸ, ਡੈਂਟਲ ਇੰਪਲਾਂਟਸ, ਰੂਟ ਕਨਾਲ, ਡੈਂਚਰਸ, ਬੌਂਡਿੰਗ ਅਤੇ ਵਨੀਰਸ, ਐਕਸਟ੍ਰੈਕਸ਼ਨਸ, ਬੋਨ ਗ੍ਰੈਫਟਿੰਗ ਆਦਿ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਹਨ। ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਡੈਂਟਿਸਟਰੀ ਦੇ ਵੀ ਮਾਹਰ ਹਨ। ਇਹ ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਕੰਪਨੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਡਾਇਰੈਕਟਲੀ ਬਿੱਲ ਭੇਜਦੇ ਹਨ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਘੱਟ ਤੋਂ ਘੱਟ ਚਾਰਜ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਵਾਅਦਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ। ਫॉर ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਸ਼ਾਈਨ ਐਂਡ ਸਮਾਈਲ 604 503 03 20 ਤੇ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ। ਕਿੰਗ ਜਾਰਜ ਸੁਪਰ ਸਟੋਰ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ, ਯੂਨਿਟ 370, 7488 ਕਿੰਗ ਜਾਰਜ ਬੁਲੇਵਾਰਡ, ਸਰੀ।
ਭਾਰਤ ਪੈਸੇ ਭੇਜਣੇ ਹੋਣ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਮੰਗਵਾਣੇ ਹੋਣ ਤੇ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖੋ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਫੋਰੈਕਸ ਨੂੰ ਤਸੱਲੀ ਬਖਸ਼ ਸੇਵਾਵਾਂ ਅਤੇ ਵਧੀਆ ਰੇਟ ਦੇਣ ਦੀ ਇਹ ਗਾਰੰਟੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ। ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ 6043491313 ਉੱਤੇ।
ਲੈਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਨਵੇਂ ਤੇ ਵਧੀਆ ਅਪਲਾਈਐਂਸਸ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕਿ ਸਟੋਵ, ਓਵਨ, ਫ੍ਰਿਜ, ਵਾਸ਼ਰ ਡਰਾਇਰ, ਮਾਈਕ੍ਰੋਵੇਵ, ਫ੍ਰੀਜ਼ਰਸ ਜਾਂ ਡਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ਼ਰ, ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਪਹੁੰਚੋ ਪ੍ਰੀਮੀਅਮ ਅਪਲਾਈਐਂਸਸ ਤੇ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ 3 ਬ੍ਰਾਂਚਸ ਸਰੀ, ਐਬਟਸਫੋਰਡ ਤੇ ਚਿਲਵੈਕ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਨ। ਇੱਥੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਵਾਜਬ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਅਪਲਾਈਐਂਸਸ ਮਿਲਣਗੇ। ਇਹ ਡਿਲੀਵਰੀ ਤੇ ਇੰਸਟਾਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਵੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ। ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਪੈਕੇजेस ਫॉर ਬਿਲਡਰਸ ਐਂਡ ਹੋਮ ਓਨਰਸ। ਕਾਲ 6045904140 604 590 4140। Once again, welcome back to the program. I'm your host Harpreet Singh, and every evening from Monday to Friday, 7 p.m. onwards, we talk about different issues, and guests from all over the world join me, and we talk about issues which inspire us, educate us, and empower us. We're very proud that today we have author Sherry from New Delhi, who's a well-known authority as a public speaker, as a public coach, and today we are learning from him the skills what one should have to become a better public speaker. So before I bring him on air, some of our sponsors, ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੱਕ ਪਹੁੰਚਾਇਆ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਅਹੀਰ ਟਰਾਂਸਪੋਰਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਸਹਿਯੋਗ ਨਾਲ। 1993 ਤੋਂ ਇਹ ਟਰਾਂਸਪੋਰਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਅਤੇ ਸਟੋਰੇਜ ਇੰਡਸਟਰੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸੇਵਾਵਾਂ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਮੋਟੋ ਹੈ ਯੋਰ ਕਾਰਗੋ ਇਜ਼ ਆਰ ਰਿਸਪੌਂਸਿਬਿਲਿਟੀ, ਯਾਨੀ ਕਿ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਭਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਤੇ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟਸ ਪਹੁੰਚਾਉਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਡਿਪੈਂਡ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। 8970 ਰਿਵਰ ਰੋਡ ਡੈਲਟਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਐਡਰੈਸ ਹੈ। ਫੋਨ ਨੰਬਰ ਹੈ 6049409511 604 940 9511। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਈਮੇਲ ਹੈ shinda@ahir.com ਤੇ ਵੈਬਸਾਈਟ ਹੈ ahir.com। ਸਾਡੇ ਅਗਲੇ ਸਹਿਯੋਗੀ ਹਨ AMC ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ। ਹੋਮ, ਆਟੋ, ਟਰੈਵਲ, ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ, ਲਾਈਫ ਜਾਂ ਰਿਕ੍ਰੀਏਸ਼ਨ ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਲੈਣੀ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਦੌੜ ਖਤਮ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ AMC ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਕੋਲ ਆ ਕੇ। ਫॉर द राइट एडवाइस एंड प्रोडक्ट यू कैन कॉल 6045076666 604 507 6666। 9 ਦਫ਼ਤਰ ਨੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਜੋ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਰਵ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਸਵੇਰੇ 8:30 ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਰਾਤ ਦੇ 9 ਵਜੇ ਤੱਕ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਲ ਕਰਕੇ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਲੈਣੀ ਹੋਏ ਤਾਂ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। 604 507 6666। ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੱਕ ਪਹੁੰਚਾਇਆ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਜੈਸ ਓਬਰਾਏ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਸਰੀ, ਕਲੋਵਰਡੇਲ ਤੇ ਫਰੇਜ਼ਰ ਵੈਲੀ ਦੇ ਟਾਪ ਰਿਐਲਟਰ ਹਨ। ਰੀਮੈਕਸ ਬਲੂਪ੍ਰਿੰਟ ਰਿਐਲਟੀ ਨਾਲ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ। ਇਹ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਣੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਨ ਆਪਣੀ ਇੰਟੈਗ੍ਰਿਟੀ, ਕਮਿਟਮੈਂਟ ਤੇ ਰਿਜ਼ਲਟਸ ਕਾਰਨ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਘਰ ਜਾਂ ਕਮਰਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਰਟੀ ਖਰੀਦਣੀ ਜਾਂ ਵੇਚਣੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੌਖਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਸੈਸ ਹੈ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਕਲਾਇੰਟ ਮਹੱਤਤਾ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਇਸੇ ਲਈ ਇਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਨ ਕਿ ਜੇਕਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਕਾਲ 24 ਘੰਟਿਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਾਪਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਤਾਂ ਇਹ $500 ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੈਸ਼ ਦੇਣਗੇ। ਆਪਣੀ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਰਟੀ ਦੀ ਮੁਫਤ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਇਵੈਲੂਏਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਸਲਾਹ ਲਈ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ 7789947450 778 994 7450 ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਈਮੇਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ joe@jassobrae.ca ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵੈਬਸਾਈਟ ਹੈ jassobrae.ca। So let's once again go to New Delhi and talk to author Sherry as to what else one should have, what traits one should have to be a successful public speaker. So you have talked about a lot of points which should be kept in mind. But again, the most difficult thing is the first time when you have to go in front of the people and speak. Or even if it is not a matter of speaking in front of the public, even a small crowd also, it becomes difficult. So how to come out of that stage fright, as you mentioned before also. But how to come up with unique ideas, that is the most important thing. If we hold a paper in our hand and read in front of the public, that's just reading from the paper. But how to bring your ideas into that speech, that is what matters. So please tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, the answer in one line: go the extra miles. It's never crowded. The problem is that many of us are not persistent about what we are doing. In public speaking, it works the same way. You have to be persistent. First of all, as I said, the last question, you have to decide what you are planning to do. As a public speaker, your mission and your goal has to be extremely clear. Now, when you go to the stage, you talk to any topic as a novice, you need to understand a few things. First of all, when you are going in front of the bigger crowd, I would strongly recommend, rather than doing that, go for a smaller crowd. Speak in front of kids or the college going students. And the best tip I can give is that start with 30 free speeches in your vicinity. You can speak to your neighborhood, you can speak to the people who are coming for exercise in the park, you can speak to the primary school kids, and this way you will get used to it. And that is what you are supposed to do when you are doing public speaking. So when you talk, you create a flow. And the best way you can identify your own flow is when you will talk and listen to your own self, or when you will see your recording and you will watch out, hey, I did this mistake, hey, I did well there, hey, that was a great impromptu talk which I never planned but it came out really well. So when you get to know about yourself, that will gradually remove that self-conscious mindset where we all get confused, because the moment we are in self-conscious mode, we have fear, we are conscious about what to speak, we are conscious about how we are looking, we are unhappy with our voice, and that creates confusion. The brain is at four focus areas, and the focus gets loose. Ultimately, we pay the price of not speaking well.
And also, Author Sherry, the pitch, the tone, the intonation, all these things matter when you are speaking in front of the public, even if it's a small group.
Yeah.
So how important is that particular aspect?
Well, the golden rule, Dr. Albert Mehrabian, the famous psychologist from America, he formed a golden rule on communication, which says 7% is your content, 55% is your body language, and 38% is your voice. So if you will see, the substantial percentage, 55 plus 38%, which takes it to 93%, is not about the content. It is just 7% which is the content, which means when you are on the stage, your presentation skills, your delivery of talk matters the most. How you are putting across the message. So when you are talking in front of the people, how you speak in front of the people rather than what you speak is very important.
Right.
However, I always say that content is the kingdom and presentation is the queen. So you have to take care of kingdom and queen both.
Very true. And also cut it out when in doubt. That's what it is. That nobody knows what you have to speak. So if your mind is having some trouble, just cut it out, because nobody's going to know. But as you said, presentation is what matters and makes all the difference. Anyways, we've talked quite a lot about some of the tips what you have given to us. I would also like to touch upon what time is left with me about MS Talks and also the Global Online Summit which you organize. So what are these MS Talks? What made you start this, and where all it is being held? Is it just in India or abroad also?
Okay, I started listening to speakers when I wanted to enter into this field. I've listened to more than 5,000 speakers live on stage. And in one of the seminars, I noticed that two people from the crowd, they were fighting for the microphone. One said, I will speak first. The second one said, I will speak first. They started quarreling with each other in front of 250 people. And the third one came up smartly and said, let me try till the time you guys settle. And I realized, I was just observing that people are really curious to speak on the stage. I got an idea that seed was sown that time, and that's how I found MS Talks. It's a platform for people to come and share their real life experiences and stories. And here in India, I'm creating an ecosystem to promote presentation literacy, public speaking, and effective communication. So that is exactly what I'm doing, and I
What is
also
the full
created
form of
public
MS?
speaking university. Yeah, MS is the community Motivation Sparkles. So it started with Motivation
Okay.
Sparkles, then this acronym was used MS.
Right.
I did a polling and all my community members chose MS.
Great.
So that's
And what
how
is
it
this
became
Global
MS Talk.
Online Summit what you organize?
Well, Global Online Summit is basically part of one of the events which I conduct under my banner Public Speaking University, where we offer different courses, we offer trainings on presentation skills and the art and science of public speaking. So I give exposure to a lot of speakers. Now in India, there is no such platform online where international speakers and Indian speakers can come on speak on the same platform. So I've started this in India where both the speakers from different countries, from India and abroad, both the foreign soils can collaborate and speak. So being an organizer, I make sure that we run this entire event professionally, and we do it for the benefit of masses. So we keep a time of 10 to 15 minutes. So the entire talk is spoken in brevity. It's
Okay.
like the quick material which you can adapt and grasp and you can utilize for your call to action.
Great.
So that's how it is. I
Author
have
Sherry-
designed more than 12 programs. Yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful. So this is one of those programs which you have designed. There's so much to
Correct.
talk, but time does not permit me. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much. Towards the end, if somebody wants to approach you through email or your website or your phone number, you're most welcome to give it to us.
Sure. I'm sure my website is www.authorsherry.com. You can get in touch, and you can also write to me at ceo@authorsherry.com. You will find my contact details over there. If you really wish to hone your public speaking skills or remove your fear of public speaking, you can get in touch.
Again, it was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much. We woke you up early in the morning. Thanks for coming live with us and talking to our viewers all over the world. Best wishes, and we hope to be in contact with you in future also, so that we can train our viewers who are interested in public speaking. Thank you very much.
Completely my pleasure. Thanks for inviting me.
ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਸੋ ਇਹ ਸਨ ਸਾਡੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਮਹਿਮਾਨ ਆਥਰ ਸ਼ੈਰੀ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਐਂਡ ਪਬਲਿਕ ਸਪੀਕਿੰਗ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਯੂ ought to have those skills if you want to succeed, and he talked about some of the skills. And public speaking is a great interest. If you want to come into this, there are so many avenues by which you can come forward. And today we had author Sherry. If you are interested in talking to him, he has given his website, he has given his email. You can contact him directly. ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਾਥ ਹਰ ਰੋਜ਼ ਮੰਡੇ ਟੂ ਫਰਾਈਡੇ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਦੇ 7 ਵਜੇ ਪੈਸੀਫਿਕ ਸਟੈਂਡਰਡ ਟਾਈਮ ਦੇ ਮੁਤਾਬਿਕ ਹੋਇਆ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਐਂਡ ਇਫ ਯੂ ਵਾਂਟ ਟੂ ਬੀ ਅ ਪਾਰਟ ਆਫ ਦਿਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਯੂ ਆਰ ਮੋਸਟ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਕੰਟੈਕਟ ਮੀ ਐਟ 6046037555 604-603-7555 ਤੇ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਹੋ ਜਿਸ ਦੀ ਕਿ ਕੋਈ ਕੰਟਰੀਬਿਊਸ਼ਨ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਸਮਾਜ ਨੂੰ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦਾ ਮਕਸਦ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਐਜੂਕੇਟ ਕਰਨਾ, ਇਨਫੋਰਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਸਾਰੇ ਇੰਪਾਰਟ ਹੋ ਸਕੀਏ. ਐਂਡ ਇਫ ਯੂ ਲਾਈਕ ਥੀਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮਸ ਯੂ ਕੈਨ ਸਬਸਕ੍ਰਾਈਬ ਟੂ ਮਾਈ ਚੈਨਲ ਔਨ ਫੇਸਬੁੱਕ ਐਂਡ YouTube, ਦ ਹਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਸ਼ੋ. ਇੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੀ ਸਮਾਪਤੀ. ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਫਿਰ ਮਿਲਾਂਗੇ ਇੱਕ ਨਵੇਂ ਮੁੱਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਦਾ ਸਿਲਸਿਲਾ ਅੱਗੇ ਤੋਰਾਂਗੇ. ਇੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਲੈਣਾ ਆ ਗਿਆ. ਹੈਵ ਅ ਸੇਫ ਈਵਨਿੰਗ ਐਂਡ ਇੰਜੋਏ ਯੋਰਸੈਲਫ.
Basant Motors.
ਦਰਦ ਤੋਂ ਆਰਾਮ ਐਲੋਪੈਥਿਕ ਦਵਾਈਆਂ ਖਾਣ ਨਾਲ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਸਾਈਡ ਇਫੈਕਟਸ ਵੀ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਨ. ਨੈਚੁਰਲ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੇ ਸਪਲੀਮੈਂਟਸ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਦਰਦ ਨੂੰ ਜੜੋਂ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਾਰਕਸ ਫਾਰਮੇਸੀ ਦੇ ਹਿੰਦੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਬੋਲਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਸਟਾਫ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਨ. ਇਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟਸ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਹਰ ਹਿੱਸੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਭੇਜਦੇ ਹਨ. ਅਪਾਇੰਟਮੈਂਟ ਬੁੱਕ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਕਾਲ ਕਰੋ 604-596-1774 ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਵਿਜ਼ਿਟ ਕਰੋ 8035 120 ਸਟਰੀਟ ਡੈਲਟਾ. ਦਰਦ ਨੂੰ ਜੜੋਂ ਖਤਮ ਕਰੋ.
ਘਰ ਇੱਕ ਐਸੀ ਥਾਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਹਰ ਕੋਈ ਆਪਣੀ ਨਿੱਜੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਸੁਨਹਿਰੀ ਪਲ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਹੈ. ਉਹ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਉਹ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਭਰਿਆ ਜੀਵਨ ਬਤੀਤ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ. ਇਹ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਪੂਰੀਆਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਜਦ ਕਿਸੇ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਨੂੰ ਸਜੇ ਹੋਏ ਘਰ 'ਚ ਬਦਲਿਆ ਜਾਵੇ. ਨਵੇਂ ਘਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫਰੇਮਿੰਗ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਫਿਨਿਸ਼ਿੰਗ ਤੱਕ, ਡ੍ਰੇਪਰੀ, ਪੇਂਟਿੰਗਸ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਡੈਕੋਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਐਸੈਸਰੀਜ਼ ਤੱਕ ਤੁਸੀਂ SK ਹੋਮ ਡਿਜ਼ਾਈਨਸ ਦੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਸੁਪਨਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਨੂੰ ਹਕੀਕਤ 'ਚ ਬਦਲ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ. ਕੰਟੈਕਟ ਕਰੋ ਸੰਦੀਪ ਕੌਰ 6048259295.